Okay, we'll call the meeting of the Department of Social Services Committee to order. First thing, we need a motion to approve the minutes of the prior committee meeting. Motion by Supervisor Wood and seconded by Mr. Stroud.
Can you speak up?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is, I'll turn it over to Maureen.
All right. Number one is to request resolutions to reappoint members of the Warren County Youth Board for the period January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2016. And the committee must be appointed annually by resolution as part of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. The list of committee members are on page 1, and there are members from various agencies in Warren County, as well as the student members is represented, and the meetings are held quarterly.
Have a motion by Supervisor Wood, a second by Supervisor Stroud. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Number 2, request resolution authorizing for the chairman of the Board of Supervisors to sign the annual update to the 2012-2016 Child and Family Service Plan for the period of January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2015. This plan contains county outcomes and strategies that respond to community needs. Specifically, the plan identifies local Department of Social Services strategies in the areas of adoption, foster care, prevention, protective, and other services for children, and protection and other services for adults. So this is just an update from last year to this year, and I included the plan in here for everybody to read if they wanted to.
Have a motion by Supervisor Taylor and a second by Supervisor Frazier. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Number 3, permission to attend the New York Public Welfare Association's annual winter conference in Albany, New York, from January 28th through January 30th. And he put the brochure in here so people could see what kind of things are available for us to learn when we're down there.
Okay, do we have a motion? Supervisor Wood, and seconded by Supervisor Stroud. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Number 4 is request for permission for Evan Sullivan and Cody Stewart to attend the Institute for Temporary Assistance Program training in Albany from February 23rd through the 27th and March 9th through the 13th. This is a mandatory training for all temporary assistance staff. They are the newest members in the unit.
Have a motion by Supervisor Wood, second by Supervisor Frazier. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Number 5, request resolution to amend the table of organization, change intake clerk number 6 from Department 00 half-time and Department 03 half-time to Department 02 full-time. And this would give additional clerical support for our social services attorneys. So she's coming from she was part-time down in Medicaid. She's also half-time in services. We'd just be putting her up with the service unit so she could support the attorneys for filing, sending out orders, things like that. And we do really need that support for them.
That's not in the budget, though? I'm sorry.
This Supervisor Sokol made a motion to bring it to the floor, and seconded by Supervisor Wood. Discussion?
Yeah. Is it in the budget?
It is. She already works full-time. It just is simply moving her from one area part-time to, and she works 2 different areas, part-time, for one full-time
Oh,
position.
okay, all right.
We're just moving her to one area full-time.
Okay.
And some of that is because Medicaid in the years ahead is going to be dwindling, and if we have places we can put people, and we can use them, we wanna be able to do that.
So are we pulling her, she's part-time Medicaid and part-time attorneys, and we're taking less of a role in Medicaid, so we'll move her.
Right.
So in the meantime, while we're making that transition, who's going to take care of the clerical needs for Medicaid?
They have, 2 intake clerks already, and they have, a SSI clerk that does that work. And, I mean, if it comes into a pinch, she certainly could go down and do a few hours there once we move her. It wouldn't be like, that would be prohibited. It's just that when she's upstairs in services, she does the intake for daycare, and supports other service clerks.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. There are no pending items.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Can I just go back to resolution number 3 and 4? I have a question about the form. When I look at the training cost, I see one that does a cost comparison between an overnight and a, just driving back and forth. The other one is just a straight driving back and forth. Can you just explain to me a little bit about these forms? Like, I'm assuming, I can't tell on resolution number 4 if it's an overnight or if it's just strictly going back and forth. I see it's cheaper to go back and forth, but how is that selected on, how do you know between the forms? Just so I know in the future.
Actually, Julie made up this form for us, and so that we can see what, and we go through, like, the people's salary that need overtime. Most of the people, there's only 2 out of the 6 people that are going that need overtime, and that's why there's less people here. So only, 2 supervisors are in the need of overtime. We take the cost of what the fleet car would cost us, and, so it's, we take fleet cars, the training, what that costs us. We know what the hotel costs are because they're in the first year, the overtime, and we compare that to the fleet cars because we ask people to use our fleet cars, or if they prefer to take their own cars, that's their price. Training and overtime, and that was somewhat cheaper, and that's what we do for all our trainings.
Okay, yeah, and I see that. I guess my question was on resolution number 4, are you asking to do the overnight, or are you asking to just do the data back? What am I missing?
No, it doesn't have anything filled in for overnight.
But on the back,
I think that the issue is that they're 2 different trainings, and on the one training, if I understand correctly, it's gonna rotate through depending on the different programs, so different people would go, and there wouldn't be any overnight involved. The other training, it's the same people going, and it's a couple days, so that's why there's overnights figured in to see which is cheaper. Is that?
Correct.
Okay. That's what.
so you're going with the less expensive option?
Yes.
Yes. Unless we'd always go unless there was some
Right.
thing that made sense. Like if it was in the winter, just a little bit, like, $10 different, we might decide to let them go down because of the weather, because you never can count on it.
So just so that I know, so on the front of the form, if there was overnight, it would be checked on the front. Otherwise, the cost comparison will just show on the back on the difference between the 2 options. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? That's it? Okay. Okay, we'll go to item 5, information for discussion review. Turn it over to Tina Park.
For our agenda, items number 1 through 5 go together, and it's due to the retirement of our full-time leisure activity time or full-time leisure time activity aide, after 30 years of service to the county. We've had no internal interest in the position, so I've, elected to do some changes if you guys are in agreement. With all of the changes, there would be, no difference in the number of staffing, no difference in the number of hours at the facility, and it would be a cost reduction. What I propose to do is delete the full-time leisure time activity aide and change it into 2 part-time positions, one 24 hours a week and one 16 hours a week. Delete a part-time 8-hour-a-week institutional aide position and increase one of our part-time institutional aide positions from 32 hours to 40 hours a week.
Now,
Making a motion? Or you have a question?
well, I have a question, but I'll make the motion to get it on the floor for
Okay.
discussion.
Supervisor Strau made the motion, do we have a second? Supervisor Van Anslo. Okay, discussion.
Now, the person that's retiring, we're gonna hire back part-time,
Yes, in the 16-hour-a-week position.
and how much will that be per hour?
It is,
Will it be on accord to what we pay anybody part-time, or?
yes, it would be the starting rate for a grade 3.
Okay.
Both of them would be at a starting rate for a grade 3.
My point being, there would be no advantage to hiring somebody else part-time because the pay would be the same.
Correct.
So you might as well take the person with experience.
Yes, and someone that the staff, or the
Yeah.
staff and the residents are familiar with, because the residents are gonna have a difficult time if she were to leave permanently,
Okay.
because she's been there for so long.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just a question, are we moving 1 through 5, or are we, as a group, or are we just doing 1? I wasn't clear on the motion.
Well, I understood it to be 1 through 5,
Okay.
it's all part of a package,
okay,
so that's the way I thought I was moving it.
okay.
I was only seconding one.
Okay, would you like to amend, is it okay if we take 1 through 5?
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
You just wait till it's your
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Item number 6, currently we have a contract with Adirondack Neuropsychological Associates to provide counseling services to the resident at the facility at no charge to the facility. They have elected to, discontinue services effective January 31st, 2015. But the physician, the doctor that was providing the services is going out on his own. He's gonna have a private practice, and he has, agreed to continue providing services to our resident, again, at no cost to the facility.
I'll move it.
You're not on the committee.
I'm not on the committee?
No. I just wanna let you know, you're not on.
I'll be darned.
I like you,
Well,
bud.
in that case,
I'd love to let you do it,
In
but.
that case, I'll
I'm moving for Bud.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Strau, second by Supervisor Wood. Any discussion? All in favor?
Done that for a long
Aye.
time.
Opposed? Carried.
Yeah, it happens, I
Like
know.
the clown car pulled up in here this week. He was stumbling out of it.
Okay, we're on item 4.
We have no, pending items from last month. Information for discussion review, I've attached our overtime reports for, 2014 and 2015.
Any questions on the overtime report? Discussion? Okay. This will move to Julie Montero.
First, we have our overtime report for 2014, and we came in well under last year, which is great thing, and we'll keep working towards that goal of keeping it down as much as possible. Any questions on the overtime report? Okay. And then we have a revenue and expenditure report for 2014. Next month, when I bring this report with me for 2014, it will show a truer reflection, because in January, we're still paying all our December bills. So, I mean, this was our expenditures and revenue on January 9th. So, when I bring next month, we'll know more where we're at, but it does look like we're gonna come under budget, which is always a good thing, and hopefully our revenue will be up there where we need it to be as well. Any questions?
Okay, if there's no questions, need an executive session to discuss the, deputy commissioner position.
Matters leading to the
Matters
appointment.
leading to the appointment
Appointment
of deputy commissioner. Motion made by Supervisor Sokol, seconded by Supervisor Van Ansel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay.
I didn't know if Rachel was gonna continue talking, so.
Right, do you want it down?
Okay, there were no decisions made in executive session, or in regular session. Is there a motion? Supervisor Van Ansel, to
Go with Maureen's proposal.
Seconded by Supervisor Frazier.
Could we clarify that for the record?
That is, Maureen, let me read this. Okay. To appoint Cynthia Schrock Seeley as the deputy commissioner at a salary of $78,460.50.
Part-time.
Part-time deputy commissioner and also attorney.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay. It's my first mistake.
You could have remembered it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. We did.
You need the part-time attorney, another resolution.
Oh, a second resolution. Okay, we need a resolution to create a part-time attorney position in the Department of Social Services. Supervisor Strau, second. Supervisor Van Ansel.
Shouldn't the salary be determined, based on the applicants?
I think that's a good recommendation. This at least will get it started.
Well, I'm assuming that, is that a civil service position that sets the salary for,
No, you would set the salary.
all right, 5,000. Am I kidding? I don't know, what's the standard, Paul, for?
Well, my thought would be that if the committee authorized it, and then what we could do is, they're gonna have to advertise, and then Gretchen should weigh in on the salaries, and we should see what, the skill level is, everything else.
So we'll just create that position with the fact that we need that other.
And it'll come back to you to set the salary.
Okay.
Is there any chance you could repeat what just occurred, since no one let me know that we've actually come back in open session? I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, you were supposed
I
to.
can start sitting at the outside the door again if you'd like. Are you hiring someone?
I have a
Are you
motion.
hiring someone, or what are we doing?
Well, we can fill them in.
Supervisor Strau has
Happened
a
numerous times.
motion.
Motion to create the
To
part-time
create the
position
part-time.
for the attorney for social services.
We have a second. Supervisor Wood. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I just make a comment, it's a matter of public record for a minute, that we're not hiring a deputy that's gonna get paid two salaries for doing two different jobs. That this is one position, this is going to have shared duties between the supervising attorney and the deputy and not going to receive two separate salaries. I just want that clear,
That's correct.
that we're not doing that.
Could you clarify for Don what we did when it first came out?
Okay.
Let me finish.
See you later, John.
We got a motion and a second, all in favor, opposed, carried. Don? Okay, Supervisor Brock is.
Okay.
Okay, any other items? Motion to adjourn? Supervisor Wood, Supervisor Winslow, all in favor?